Hello and welcome to the podcast video tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through the steps in creating your own podcast to market your brand and content. First off, what is a podcast? A podcast is most commonly known as Internet Radio on Demand. It usually comprises of a series of episodes of spoken audio which is often catered towards a specific niche or theme. It is different from traditional radio as it showcases original content and not just a repurpose of the radio's content. Podcasts are readily available online and you're able to subscribe to a podcast and get weekly updates of new episodes. This can be done via the podcast app on your phone, or you can even browse the podcast sites via desktop. You may listen to the podcast anywhere when you have downloaded the podcast series. How to start your own podcast? Starting up your own podcast is not impossible, but it does take some time for beginners. Bear in mind that it's not just simply audio recordings. You need to be committed and consistent in order to generate a loyal following, as well as producing valuable content. In order to produce quality content, you also need suitable equipment to start your podcast. The first equipment you need is a good quality microphone. This is important as you would want to produce crystal clear audio. Therefore, I recommend the Blue Yeti microphone. The Blue Yeti's quality is rich for its cost as compared to other microphones available out there. However, if you're just starting out, any microphone at hand would do, but make sure you're able to produce good audio. The second most important equipment is a computer. Any Windows computer or Mac would work fine to record, edit, and upload your audio recordings. The third equipment you need is an audio editing software. For beginners, I recommend Audacity as it is a free open source program. There are other options to choose from out there, but the license fees can get quite costly. When you have all the suitable equipment at hand and you've recorded your audio, you will then need to search for a place to host your podcasts. This step is crucial as it enables your podcast to be showcased on directories and apps. Where can you host your podcasts? There are a number of places to host your podcast. 1. SoundCloud. You can host your podcast on SoundCloud for free. The good thing about SoundCloud is that you can publish your audio almost instantly on the site itself. This makes it easy for you to share your podcast on various social media platforms. 2. Podbean. Podbean provides multiple platforms for hosting. The service also has its own iOS and Android app for listing. 3. Podomatic. This site is very user-friendly and offers free hosting with a sufficient bandwidth and storage for podcast beginners. There's also a pro option that allows you more bandwidth. 4. Amazon S3. Amazon S3 does offer a free plan, but your storage is quite limited. They offer a paid service, which is dependent on the storage and bandwidth you use. When you have hosted your podcast, you can now search for directories to get your podcast listed on. There are various platforms where you can get your podcast listed. However, most podcasters will recommend that you get listed on iTunes. iTunes is the most popular directory and has the largest reach as compared to the other directories.